This is Pat Moran with Healthier Money. I'm really honored today to be talking to Doug from Direct Source Distributing. I know when I say that, I know that you have many different businesses and have a lot of experience. So I thought what we might do is just start about, you're self-employed, you're a businessman. I know there's a lot of scary things when you're just starting out. Kind of walk us through that. Talk us about how you got started, what's your story, a little bit of your successes, what you liked, what you didn't like. Just, it's your turn. Go.
Okay. All right. Well, yeah, it's pretty frightening to start a business, because you don't have any guaranteed income. So to start off, you have to have a business plan, and then implement that into your passion. Start with something that you like doing. Right, and I have a creative mind. I like seeing things from the creative aspect, building it, creating it, and then from the production aspect too, once I see it made, and then at the end, seeing the client's reaction. They're always satisfied, of course, right?
Sure. I've used you and I'm satisfied.
But yeah, just the whole process from A to Z. I got in the printing and merchandising sector about 10 years ago as a marketing director, and then I learned quite a bit. And I was like, you know what? I can do all of this myself. Not just by myself, but I have to bring a team on. So, anyways, I started in that industry about 10 years ago. Before that, I was in real estate, since 2004, I would say.
Okay.
And
I know you had some real successes with some of the real estate. Talk about that a little bit.
Yeah,
you're on the different side of the real estate.
Yeah, well, with the real estate, it first started off as vacation rentals.
Okay.
This was before Airbnb.
Okay.
Airbnb, and back when VRBO started, and I was like, well, you know what? I can see myself managing vacation rentals, and so I started my business in managing vacation rentals.
Okay.
So I did that, and then that got put on the back burner after the crash, and then once I saw the opportunity in 2011, then I started picking up more properties. But what I was doing was wholesaling properties.
Okay. How does that work?
So what you do is you find a property, a distressed home, someone who might be underwater.
Okay.
There might be behind in payments, or maybe their mother or father passed and they live on the other side of the country, and they just want to dump the property. They don't want to deal with any type of realtors, and then they either find us or we search and go after them.
Okay.
And through about a dozen different marketing techniques.
Okay.
Right, and then so what we do is we go out, find them. It could be they could be information that I get from a title company. It could be a door hanger. It could be Facebook. It could be any type of social media that you can imagine. It could. The list is bandit signs that you see on the side of the road.
Yeah, sure.
But anyways, we just have calls trickling in every day on a daily basis, and then we look at the property, look at the comps, and if it's something that we feel that is going to be beneficial to take down, then we'll take it down. And then what we do is within the inspection period, we have anywhere from 7 days to we try to get 30 days, but that rarely ever happens because what it does is tie up the property.
Sure.
And I have about 300 to 400 cash investors that are eager to do the flips.
Sure.
But that's something that I don't focus on. My business model doesn't it doesn't focus on doing the rehabs itself.
Okay.
So I'm in and out within a week, maybe a few days, and then I'll disposition the property over to a cash investor who will then do the repairs.
So what type of what type of money can you make doing that? Is it usually $10,000-$15,000 a property, or do you look for a certain size?
Yeah, it's that's there's no right answer or wrong answer. It could be $1,000. It could be $25,000. It all depends on how cheap I get the property and how much the investor thinks that they can knock me down.
Did you ever go down the path where you guys physically bought a property, did the rehab, and flipped it, or that's just an absolute no-no?
There were two. That's just not what my business strategy is designed to do. But I have thought about it, and there were two properties that we did, get our inspection. It went past our inspection period.
Okay.
And after that, then we were going to take it down, and business partner, the contractor was going to come in and put some of his money down, and it just didn't feel right. It didn't pan out, and I didn't want to go and put my money down or get a loan for it.
Sure.
And I was like, it's just not the right time. So you lose money here and there. It happened to us twice, but it wasn't a lot of money.
So I think, and I'm dovetailing a little bit in the real estate, I think it's hilarious when, with the growth of home and garden TV and a number of these, flipping shows and Extreme Makeover and all this other stuff, how everybody thinks they can just jump into the real estate market, take down a property, and I'm going to be a multimillionaire. Yeah. And I've talked to a few people that have actually done it, and they've gotten their nose bloodied. What advice do you think is important if you are going to be a real estate investor?
Well, there's a lot out there.
Okay.
A lot of investors out there. There are a lot of wholesalers out there,
Very
especially in this market in Arizona. It's saturated, extremely saturated. So
that's a great point.
Find a market that might not be so saturated if you're just starting.
Okay.
Find so you don't have too much competition.
Okay.
I just happen to live in one of the most saturated markets of wholesalers, and I'm still successful, but I've got a great team on my hand. Great team that we put together, and it's working out for us. So
You have mentioned that word team 3 or 4 times now as we've moved through this conversation. You mentioned it with the real estate. You mentioned it starting off with your printing company. Building your business plan. How important is it to be surrounded by an effective team? What are the things that are...
It's extremely important because you can't do everything yourself.
Okay.
You have to delegate tasks for those individuals who focus on solely that.
Okay.
So you can't try to do it's just like any type of trade. A plumber's not going to try to be an electrician. Not going to try to be a drywaller or a framer. There's teams that have those individuals who focus just on that, on that trade. And so we've picked, we've referred some, we have a power team, on our that are solely responsible for hanging drywall or a GC who will manage the property. And what we'll do is as we started our business, that we found so many people along the way that we recommend these, we consider our power team. We have,
Okay.
And we recommend, certain trades to our investors, because there's investors that want to, like you were saying earlier, there are investors that want to just jump in and say, I can do this. Everyone's doing it. I've watched HGTV and I've got it. I know what I'm doing. They don't, and so what we do is we refer certain trades to those investors who are just getting in, to the business.
So try to build a network that way.
Yeah.
Talk about the printing company. How do you get your leads there? What's going on with that? Is it successful? How long you had it?
Let's see. The printing company I've had for about eight years, about.
Okay.
So what we do is, it started. Let's see. I started by working for one of my main competitors.
Okay.
Right, and then we were unhappy with with what we were getting paid.
Okay.
So in turn, as some people are at a 9-to-5 job, then in turn, what I did is bought the machines and brought over the production manager and a few of the printers to our brick and mortar, bought the machines, and then from there I brought my accounts over with me, and I had some pretty some high performing accounts that helped us start the business. So it really helped supercharge it. Yeah, exactly. So from there, it's just I found my niche in what type of industry I want to print for.
Okay.
And that niche has really helped create that success for me, because it's an industry that I enjoy to be around too. And that would be, festivals. It could be a convention or a trade show.
Yeah, you were telling me that. A lot of music festivals.
Music festivals, yeah. Food, wine, beverage. Beer festivals, wine festivals, so. But anyways, so that's the industry that I enjoy to be around. So why not, print for that type
Sure.
of an event?
That's interesting because as a small business owner, there's a lot of times where we take a lot of stuff, throw it against the wall, and we try to see what sticks. I know that in our financial planning practice, one of the things that we're doing is we're really trying to go after a segment of the market with a very particular message, such as a safety first, build a solid foundation. And we're not looking to be all things to all people. And we're looking to people that really buy into that message. And I think sometimes, like with small business owners, there's a temptation that I've got to service everybody, or else, I'm not going to get this sale and I'm not going to survive. But yet you've said exactly, by going into a niche, really working that niche successfully and keeping the eye on the prize, it sounds like you've had great success.
Yeah, it's been a great ride. It's been a great ride since I started the business.
So now let me dovetail a little bit back towards our conversation a little bit. Financially, small business owner, what are some of the things that are important to you as you move through your financial path?
Saving money.
Okay.
It's when you get a big account, your first intuition is to be like, all right, let's go and use it. Let's go travel. Let's go spend it. I can spend it now. I have money. This is something great that I've always strived to have. Then you just spend it. But that's something that after a few years you're like,
Right.
okay, I need to start saving this money.
Okay.
When I land big accounts, it's something that I'm thinking, oh, okay, this is something where I can put away this money. And I really, years ago, it was, well, where are you gonna put it? What do you do with it? You're gonna put, make a few percent on it, or are you gonna put it in a Roth IRA, or
Okay.
what am I gonna do with it? So it's finding the right machine that's going to really set your
Meet your retirement needs and goals.
exactly,
Okay.
yeah.
So, how, as a small business owner, then, are you really teaching yourself to save? Because we run into a lot of business owners that, it's always reinvesting back in the company, back in the company, back in the company. And one of the things that I'm troubled by is when I always talk to them, what's your exit strategy? Oh, I'm going to build this thing up and I'm going to sell it for a gazillion dollars and run off into the sunset. And I talk to many business owners, and especially those that are selling, and they don't get the offers that they thought they were. The cash isn't there. I got to stay on and have a buyout for 3 or 4 years. All these different things. And so they didn't necessarily do as good a job saving because they thought that the payoff was going to be, when I sell it, that's how I'm going to get wealthy. You just said something completely different. Saving first and then seeing what happens. So how have you been able to save?
Well, I've been lucky enough to have multiple streams of income.
Okay.
So not only one business or two business, I have 3 businesses. So it's when one might have a lull in maybe the season,
Okay.
then I focus more energy on say the wholesaling market. So as for saving, it's like, well, there's like I said, different streams of money coming in.
Sure.
So I'm fortunate for that. But if someone is starting their own business, I would say, what if? You always have to think of what if.
That's a really good
What
point.
if you are unable to perform? What if you got injured? What if you have a health condition? So you always have to have a backup. So with managing vacation rentals, that's something where you don't really, as long as you have a handyman, you have a cleaning
Sure.
ladies, you have someone that is on call that can go in for an emergency. You have to have a plumbing issue. You've got to have a heating, an HVAC company on speed dial.
Sounds like you really thought it
so
through.
it's like you have to think about the what ifs, and that's something. Well, it's something I fall back on. For any real estate properties that I own currently. That it's something that's going to have a stream of income if something happens to me, if I'm hospitalized, or so where I can sit back and make some calls and just push the property if
Right.
If I need some income, then I'll decrease, and if it's open, then just decrease the nightly rate.
I
on
think
the properties.
great message, because the temptation would be to take that money and try to expand, or like you said, spend, spend, spend. Ironically, I've talked to business owners when they do the spend, spend, spend and have fun with it. they found out it wasn't quite as much fun as they thought was. And what we say is it's okay to do that, but just set maybe one goal. Maybe I'm going to take my family here, or I'm going to buy this or whatever, rather than just take it all, go great, and think that, I'll just make it back next month. And having that temptation to save. We always talk about paying yourself first. One of the things that we did was the small case platform. You kind of moved a little bit away from real estate and some of the things that you did, and we did, the saving insurance program as opposed to a Roth. Talk about some of the things that you liked about that program.
Well, you know what? It's the main reason I like that is I'm thinking about the future.
Okay.
I'm thinking about what is going to happen to me when I have kids and I get older. I'm unable to work as many hours,
Okay.
or not want to work as many hours. What if my health declines?
Okay.
I want to have something for my family to support them when I get older.
Okay.
So that really was something that really stuck out, and what was something that I thought would behoove me if I would sign up for.
Okay, so
that
you
type.
like the insurance protection, which is important because it does have the ability to use the death benefit
Yes.
to help pay yourself if you get sick or hurt. The savings aspect of it, the fact that it's money that you can use, it's tax free, and it really is your money, and you have the flexibility to use it as you want it. Was the tax part of it important to you?
It is important.
Okay.
It is important. But like I said, I was more so thinking of the future.
Okay.
Planning for the future.
Okay.
That's what I'm, and having the death benefit, like you
Sure.
said,
In
and
case something
also
happens
the insurance, the critical illness
Chronic illness.
part. Yeah, chronic illness. Yeah.
You recently became a family man, so and I know that you've been excited about having kids and things. So one of the things that's interesting is, as you said, that could change like that. I can talk my personal situation. It literally changed overnight to where getting insurance was really tough, if at all. And I think that's smart. One of the things that I've heard you say throughout this conversation is how you're really thinking it out long term. And I think that's really special, because most people think of the now, and they don't think about all the bigger pictures and the end run. And so, do you attribute that to some mentor that you had, or was it a book? Was it self-taught? Was there a scary event in your life?
No, it's more so of I wish I would have planned ahead further in the
Earlier?
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Earlier in my
Well, there's still time at
younger
75
years, in my
for you
younger
to get
years.
it done. So. You look good for 75, by the way.
Well, thanks.
No, so I really think some of those things are good. I like one of the things that you told me too is having your money diversified in a couple of different areas. Again, just like what you said, not putting all your eggs in one basket. You mentioned I have multiple streams of income. I've always read some of the more successful entrepreneurs. That's been one of their keys: multiple streams of income, thinking long term, not short term, taking some money off the table. I really wish with our business owner clients that they would learn about taking some money off the table now, and not thinking that the payoff is when I go to sell this. Making sure that you've got this fallback plan, and I think all of that's really important. As we wrap up, is there anything else you would like to add?
Well, I just think it really is beneficial to have an opportunity to get into the type of plans that you're selling. I wish I would have known about this years ago. So it's just something that in my early 30s, I wish I would have planned ahead
Sure.
a little bit better.
Well,
so
the one thing that I think ties into what you said too, and I appreciate that, was the fact that you have a team. And I really think that our relationship, I'm a member of your team, your financial team. I know that have talked to your accountants, getting some things in place and different things like that. So again, the success that you've enjoyed is by surrounding yourself with good people. The one thing I think was really good is you asked a lot of questions, you became educated, you've become comfortable, and it's been a process. And we didn't just jump on this today. But at the same time, you know, the fact that you're 30, I get it, but the fact that you're doing it now still means you're taking action and moving forward. Too many people procrastinate and they think, I'm going to get there, I'm going to get around to it. And it just never happens. So
True.
Nothing
True.
but continued success to you.
Thank you.
I really appreciate your time. And more importantly, if you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to healthiermoney.com. We look forward to helping you in any way that we can. Have a good day.